Hello, loves. Hello to you all. Blessings to you at whatever time of the day or night you are watching this reading. I want to tap in today and talk to our ancestors and spirit guides and see what needs to come through for us at this time, what messages need to come through. One of the strong pre-messages before I cut on the video was specifically, you are not alone. You are not alone. Your ancestors really want you to know that at this time. Hi, Larry. I want you to know that at this time, as you are dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with, wherever you are in life, even if you're not necessarily dealing with anything, there's big emphasis on needing to understand that you are not alone wherever you are. You know, your ancestors may be trying to contact you, reach out to you, and if you're not aware that they are doing so, then sometimes, of course, there's miscommunication or missed communication. So I think that is something that they definitely want you guys to know at this time. I'm going to do all tarot today, again, like last time. So hopefully, we'll see. This may be a pretty quick reading. But if not, it'll be worth the watch, whatever time length it is. Of course, if you want to book your own personal reading, the link for that is in my bio, or you can DM me directly. And without further ado, let's hop into it and see what our ancestors want to say at this time. I am grateful to all of my ancestors, my angels, my spirit guides, all the deities that watch over me, protect me, and guide me. To God, to spirit, to all of the energies within the universe that conspire for me to be great, to have a great life. Thank you guys for all that you do for me, all that you've shown me, all that you've given me. Tapping in at this time for the collective to do a reading to see what needs to come through, specifically messages from our ancestors. So I have been grateful for you too, my love. See what they have to say to us at this time. We're asking for clear and concise messages, and an even clearer and concise understanding of what's being said and what's coming through these cards and through me as a vessel as well. To any person who is tapping into this video with the intent to harm or do anything ill, negative, you are shut down at this time, and all of that energy is returned right back to you, right back to sender, 3,000-fold, like a motherfucking boomerang. Every person that is here to watch this video is safe, and so am I as I deliver these messages. Ashe. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, spirit, ancestors, spirit guides, what do you have to say for the collective today? What messages need to come through for my collective? Cards going crazy. What messages need to come through at this time? We have the King of Cups out. We have the Everything is Fine card out. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Four of Swords out. We have the Nine of Wands, my Ancestor card. With the Page of Cups. I am getting the feeling that some of you guys, you know, again, like I said, you may not necessarily be going through anything per se, but maybe you are wrestling with feeling alone at this time. Maybe you are in some sort or some sense of isolation. With this King of Cups here, something where you're having to balance your emotions and your energy out for yourself. And then heavy emphasis on, I don't feel like you're still going through things, right? Because with the Everything is Fine card here and the Four of Swords, These are cards that talks about a wounded warrior, somebody who has already gone through the thick of things, who, has won their victories. They may be wounded, they may be scarred, but at the end of the day, everything is fine. This is also a person who has healed or who is actively healing from things that have happened to you in the past, okay? So wherever you are right now, even if you feel like you're in this energy, your ancestors are wanting to let you know that everything is fine. Even if it doesn't look or feel as though it is not. Everything. They keep saying everything is fine. Everything is fine. We have this Page of Pentacles here and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you guys may be, in expectancy for some new things to roll into your life. And they want you to know that those things are coming. Never doubt that this pentacle is for you, whatever this may be for your individual case, okay? If for some reason you are not seeing what seems like a new beginning or this Ace of Pentacles when it comes down to your life, they're letting you know because it is a time of healing for you. And instead of focusing on, what went wrong or the past of, everything that was hurting you at some point in time, it's now time to really, really focus on yourself and continuing to heal from those situations, whatever they may be for you. Of course, always take this how it resonates for you. With the Sun card here, definitely they want you to, know that better days are upon us. Better days are here. Better days are present. And again, you are protected as you heal. Depending on what it is that, you were dealing with this Eight of Swords here. And I'm going to get a clarity card for that. There may have been some need or some sense of protection that was needed for you through your situation. But definitely with the Nine of Wands here, as I always tell y'all, this for me represents a sense of protection, and especially as it pertains to your ancestors, because they don't play about you. They don't play about you at all. Let's see. With this Queen of Cups here, now we have the King and the Queen of Cups. Some of you guys, I really feel like you were coming into this balance, that duality, right? Balancing your masculine and your feminine self. There may have been a time where you were in this energy where you could not necessarily heal or understand that there was a sense of healing that was needed for you. You felt imprisoned by whatever situation you were in. But again, you went from being in this position of eyes closed, bound, these swords around you, people surrounding you, to now being in this energy of, okay, I've captured these swords, I've won these battles, and everything is fine, okay? But some of you guys, I get the sense, how do I say this? I don't I don't know why this phrase is coming to my head, but I get the sense that you're digging yourself out of the mud, whatever that may mean for you. That's not necessarily a phrase that I've ever used before, I get what it means, but I've never used that phrase before. So that's very interesting. So again, that may resonate with some person or somebody specifically. But if you're feeling like you're in this sense of having to dig yourself out of the mud, whatever the mud may be for you, whatever that hard and kind of, sticky place was for you, understand, again, like I've been telling you in the other readings, we're in this space of coming to, the end of those hard lessons, the end of those, those hard times and trials. And you are definitely being ushered into something new. And again, never forget your manifestation power is what they are saying as well, with this falling right under the Page of Pentacles. The page, yes, may be somebody, that is considered a young character, right? But even though, you may or may not be a young person in this physical realm, but again, speaking of this newness that we're walking into with the Ace of Pentacles, you're young in this world, right? You're brand new. Remember the last time we were doing a reading, I kept channeling that song, A Whole New World from Aladdin, right? So it's like, okay, here you've been given this, new beginning, and now you're in this space of really, really mastering, your place within this new beginning and understanding what it's going to look like and what it means for you. So one of the biggest things, and even when you look at this magician card, you see there's another pinnacle that is here. There's something that is, very specific about what you're about to be gifted or given at this time. And your ancestors want you to know that, number one, you are worthy of it because you are the Page of Pentacles. And then number two, you are capable of managing this. You are capable of handling whatever this is that is coming in. And especially, right, after having gone through, all of these other battles. I know in your mind, you may be conditioning and readying yourself for like, oh my God, this is about to be hard. I'm about to have to go through another change again, or, but it's not that energy at all. Like, that's what this was. But the card that came after that was this Page of Pentacles. And again, you see this person, she has on like a backpack. So this gives me the sense of there being some sort of movement. We've also been talking about, with the other readings, some of you guys being in that position of moving away from like your hometown or that hometown energy. For some of you, that could physically mean your actual hometown, or that could just mean, those old ideologies and thought processes that were tied to, that old hometown mentality, that small-minded mentality. Because again, wherever it is that you're going now is going to call for you to have to step into this position of knowing, your power, understanding what it is that you are capable of, what it is that you are worthy of, and knowing that you are the magician and you can literally manifest that reality for yourself. Okay. So big emphasis on being able to shift your focus at this time, even if you feel as though, again, this sense of nothing is happening or you're all alone. Your ancestors, again, want to reinforce within you through me that you are not alone. Okay. If you are alone in this physical realm, there's a need to be. There's absolutely a need to be. And even if it wasn't necessarily what you were intending, right? Maybe some things happened with this Five of Swords falling out here. Maybe there was something, a falling out with, people that you were close to, or, again, that energy of like a sudden change, like something left or something shifted that you maybe weren't expecting. And so it left you in this energy of, having to stand alone, right? And be by yourself. But again, whatever, you hear people say it all the time that, rejection in one sense is just another, form of divine intervention, right? And so it's letting me know here with this Ace of Pentacles that, with a new beginning, there's always an ending. So something within your life, some situation, definitely I see, it came to an end. And it seems as though it may have been an abrupt end, or there may have been some foul play going on. And of course, if y'all, again, been watching the readings, that's not surprising at all. This was the time, for people to be in that position to speak their truth and, really say what it is and talk about what it is that you've gone through, almost a sense of testifying, what it is that you have overcome from. And it seems as though, whatever that was, like I said, there was some foul play going on, whether this was energy that was from your hometown, people that you knew from your hometown. It could be people that you grew up with, whatever the case may be. But that ending that came to that situation, again, did not come without a new beginning, without an ace of pentacles here. So I want you guys, and your ancestors want you to get into this energy of peace, right? Get into the energy of celebration, because again, all of the things that are coming in for you, that void and that space in between, I understand that can be a hard space sometimes, right? That space of just like unsurety. I know that I'm not supposed to be where I was, but I'm not quite where I, want to go, or where I feel like I should be going right now. And so some of you guys may be in that space, but there's big emphasis as well on if you are alone, and if things don't feel like they're necessarily moving fast or quick, or as quickly as they were before, It's because you are definitely being called to heal and balance yourself. Heal from whatever this was that you have gone through. Find that temperance energy within yourself. Again, so that you are prepared for this Nine of Cups that is coming for you, that's coming in for you, and for this Ace of Pentacles. And as well, like they're telling me, don't, what's the word you're using? Don't despise new beginnings. That's a very specific message. Do not despise new beginnings. I swear we've all been taught to fear change. We've been implanted with this fear of change and, things shifting from this sense of normalcy. But you have to understand, again, it's just not natural to expect things to be the same each and every day. If you went outside and, unless you lived in, what is it? I don't want to say the wrong thing. Is it Alaska? Somewhere, one of those places to where it's like they have these seasons where the sun don't go down, right? And I know it only lasts for a certain time, but it's like literally 12 o'clock in the morning, it's still sunny outside. So unless you live in one of those places where something like that is normal, if you look out the window and you see the sun shining all the time, you're going to feel like something is wrong. Like, because we're used to, whether we know it or not, we're used to the dualities of death and rebirth. When we see the seasons pass, springtime, we expect everything to grow, to blossom. But by the time winter comes around, we don't see those same flowers hanging from the trees, or the same fruit hanging from the trees and the flowers growing from the ground. Absolutely not. Things have to die off in order for it to be ready for the new birth season, which comes in spring. So again, that same, natural surrender to the death and rebirth process that you see through the universe should be the same energy that we, approach it with when it comes down to our lives, because things are always going to change. And a lot of times there would be more change in our lives if we weren't resisting it, to be honest. If we were not resisting the changes that were needed. So it's like the position that you're in at this time, you're being forced into some of these positions, right? Because there are some things obviously that were out of your control that have happened in this process. And again, take it for however it resonates with your personal situation. But whatever those situations were, whatever those scenarios were for you, and especially if it had something to do with foul play or people working against you, it was definitely time for a change. It was time for something new to happen. It was time for, with the 5 of Wands trying to come out, I really get the feeling again that some people were trying to, work against you in certain scenarios, certain cases. Certain people may have been trying to stop changes within your life. They were trying to stop you from having this Ace of Pentacles or this Nine of Cups energy. And it's just not, it's not going to happen. Because you are the Page of Wands. Again, another page here. And we also have the Page of Cups on the board. I don't know if I said that, but again, big emphasis on you're going into something new, right? Yes, you are a king and queen in your own right, because we started off with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. And now that I'm really getting into this reading, I'm seeing, because I told you guys that this may be some sort of representation of duality within yourselves, finding the balance of the masculine and feminine. And it is absolutely that. But as well, what I'm sensing is that you got into this king and this queen energy of emotions because of things that you've already healed from, right? And because of the lessons that you learned from these situations. For some of you guys, these situations were absolutely tied to emotionally charged details and types of relationships. And it definitely caused you to have to find that balance within yourself to understand that certain things were not related to love or, to things that were good. These were situations that were karmic. These were things that you had to be connected to in order to learn this lesson and to be able to come into this energy of king and queen. But it did not or was not supposed to affect you in the way to where, you were the opposite of this, right? If these would have came out in reverse, then maybe there would have been a little bit of cause of concern or a need to, find more balance when it comes down to the emotionality. But no, you've done that here, right? You've already done that, because otherwise you would not be sitting in this king and queen position if you had not done, what needed to be done or learned what needed to be learned from these situations, right? So again, rest in the fact that you have learned these lessons. Allow yourself to have peace with what it is that you have learned and what it is that you have been, asked to let go of at this time. Because again, whatever you're, making room for is good. Ace of Pentacles, Sun card here, the Magician. This could be something very well that you have manifested through your actions of continuing to move forward and grow and do what you need to do, or just being in that position to where now it's like your atmosphere and your energy is clear of these other, grimy energies that did not want to see you progress. They wanted to keep you in this energy. And now you have the clear atmosphere and the air to begin to really step into your magician power and call in the life that you deserve and you desire. Okay. This Magician as well, we talked about the Pentacle. Oh, this light. We talked about the Pentacle that was here. And we have the Pentacles on the board, but right beside this Five of Swords, you have a sword that is here as well. So this is definitely a person who has, seen some battles. They have seen things in life. They have overcome things. And again, they did not allow those things to turn them bitter or to keep them in this sense of regret or this victimhood, No, this is a person that now has stood up, taken the wand into her hand, and she is commanding, right? For certain things to be how she needs them to be or he needs it to be. You are this Page of Wands. And with this Magician, you are the King and Queen of Swords. You're the King and King of Pentacles. You're the King and Queen of Wands here, okay? So everything that you're walking into with you being in this page energy is letting me know that nothing but new and good things are coming in for you. Nothing but new. With the Hermit card here, I told you guys, Hermit card is the card that represents someone who is alone in this physical realm, right? And I know when I keep hearing the ancestors say you are not alone, because maybe some of you guys are not used to being in this energy of having to physically be alone, right? Maybe you are somebody who is used to having a community of people around you, or you're used to being, again, attached to or tied to this hometown energy of, knowing everybody and, even if this is like a family thing, maybe you are a person that is really, really prominent within your family. People are used to, again, being able to call on you and seeing you all the time and betting on the fact that you're always going to come by and be looking out. But it's like wherever you are now, you're feeling this sense of urgency to go within, literally go in the house and sit down and be by yourself, right? But your ancestors want you to know, don't take that, your call to be alone as you doing something wrong. And do not take it as you being completely alone, because anytime you're called to be alone within this physical realm, you're normally being called to be in the company of your astral family, right? Your family that is within the ethers, because there's some sort of information that wants to be given to you, even with this Page of Cups here. There's more information, that's going to further your healing, that's going to further your progress, that's going to bring you closer to this sun energy, right? There's more information that they want to give you. There's communication that they're trying to, give you at this time. But I get the sense, because some of you guys don't necessarily either, I hope that it's not this, but maybe you don't believe in ancestors, or maybe you don't believe that you have ancestors or that they communicate with you. And I know that that's a realistic thought, because everybody doesn't, believe the same things. Everybody isn't necessarily attached to that. But the one thing about it is, whether or not you believe it, it's a thing. It happens. And so for some of you guys, maybe the call for you is at this time, and while you're being, set alone and again pulled away from having to get rid of those old thought processes of what you used to believe in, and you're asked, and being challenged to, take on something new. Page of Cups, Page of Wands, and Page of Pentacles. You're being asked to take in new ideas and new beliefs because there's a new level of, information and understanding that has to come to you, but it can only come through the astral realms. Now, I'll tell you guys, I grew up in a predominantly Christian atmosphere, right? And so things about the talk about the ancestors and, people in the afterlife and any sort of communication with them, that was all deemed, some sort of witchcraft, right? It was all deemed as something bad or something wrong. But once I separated from that, and I was one of those people too, everything that I learned in any sort of belief system, whatever it was, I was locking myself into to say, okay, I want to base what it is that I'm doing in my life off of, this ideology or these beliefs. It had to make sense to me in order for me to go along with it. So even when I separated from, the whole idea of this Christendom, we'll call it, it still took me a while to get into this bag of understanding what, communication with my ancestors was, what it looked like, the fact that it was actually a thing, right? It took me a minute. But the thing about it was there were so many signs that came to me that were just so clear and so obvious, even down to certain ancestors showing me their names. I would see their names on TV. I would see it on street signs. I would meet people and they would tell me their name and it would be, my ancestors or somebody that I knew had passed away. It would be their name. So I can remember, just having that one day to where it was just like, okay, I'm just kind of tired of resisting this. And as weird as it felt to me, I was just like, okay, like I remember I was sitting in my car and I was just in there by myself and I'm like, I don't even know how to do this. Like, I know that, somebody is trying to communicate with me, like, and I don't understand what it's about, like how to even, talk back, whatever it was. But I was just like, just tell me what I need to know, what I need to hear. And I think that first time I was led to write a letter. And literally what I was writing was a letter that came from one of my passed over, ancestors, and the things that I was told to write and to say. And once I went back and I read it, it was like, okay, I know it's you, because certain words, certain phrases, whatever, like only you would say this or only you would, speak in this way. And so from there, I just began to open up more and more and understand, that it's a real thing. Like, these people, nobody ever dies, that we only transition into the next lifetime, whether you continue your life, reincarnating here on this earth, or you go into other dimensions and you take care of other deeds and things and whatever it is you're supposed to do. Nobody ever dies. So again, like I've been telling y'all in these other readings, some of you guys don't know that, whatever position you were in, you were meant to be a curse breaker for some of these ancestors. And until you got to where you needed to be on your path and on your journey, and you defeated what you needed to defeat, they had to literally be around to assist you. And so this is why, for some of you guys, just like with me, you're asked to be called and pulled away, from certain people, certain energies, certain groups, because there's a level of silence that's needed in your literal immediate atmosphere in order for you to be able to hear the voices of your ancestors that are trying to communicate with you at this time. Okay. So this is not no hocus pocus, creepy ass shit. Like, it doesn't mean that you're a psychic medium, but that can talk to the dead. Like, no, these people are alive. I want you to understand that. They may not be in this physical realm, but they are alive. And whatever information that they have for you, I promise you, it is something that is vital for you to move forward. And even with this sun card here, I'm about to get a clarity card for it, but I do feel as though it's something that is really, really going to help you, move forward in this situation, like make a complete, you've already moved forward out of certain situations, right? But there's like this next level step that is needed. And again, with the 7 of Swords here, I'm knowing that this is, definitely a message that wants to come directly from your spiritual team in order to help you with this. Because there are some things with the Seven of Swords card. This is the card that talks about things being hidden, right? Information being hidden, things done in the dark. And some of these things, only these ancestors and the higher powers have witnessed what was going on. So they can be the only ones that, or they are the only ones that can, relay this message to you and truly let you know what was, happening, right? To give you all the details of what was happening. Okay, Ace of Cups. Here's another ace. I'm telling y'all, like, big emphasis on new beginnings. Big emphasis on new beginnings. And things that are, with the new beginnings and new information, that's what I was just about to say. Things that are really going to bring justice and fulfillment to your life, right? Because I'm telling y'all, if there is a Seven of Swords here, there's a Five of Swords here. These are all the cards that talks about that sneaky energy, things going on in the dark, people declaring war on you and you didn't even know about it. You better believe there's justice somewhere in the mix. And what you don't understand, right? And this is something actively that I'm learning even within myself. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, when I do these readings and I'm channeling to you guys, I'm very present, in communication with my spirit guides, because I don't want to miscommunicate anything to you. So a lot of times I hear myself here and what I'm saying, but I'm not necessarily locking in or taking this for myself because I'm not reading for myself. Yes, I can see different spaces sometimes where, my story or what it was that I went through may correlate to help you better understand what I'm saying. But these readings, I don't read for myself. Some readers, they get in this energy, or they get in the collective energy, and they're carrying the weight of all of their personal, issues, and it starts to pour out into the cards. So no, I clear my energy, and I want it to be a clear and complete channeling. But saying all that to say, when I go back and I save these readings, I watch them for myself as the consumer, right? And just like in all of the other readings where I was telling y'all, this is the time to speak your truth. This is the time for you to, really, really come forward. That God was going to be using some of you guys to bring justice to these situations. That was for me. Okay? Because a few days later, like, I was just immediately just sent on this whole role of just like posting and telling my truth and speaking what it was and speaking about what I had been seeing and what I've been knowing. And when I tell y'all, it just caused this whole snowball effect of justice. Left and right. And when I tell y'all, I never mind speaking my truth. But like I say to y'all, I'm not a person that's going to be on here talking and just doing stuff unless I'm led to do so. So I had no idea that the way that I was going to be led to just like say what I needed to say and put it out there, I didn't know that it was going to be in that nature. So again, I'm telling you guys, there's big emphasis on going within, knowing what you need to know, right? Because as soon as you have this conversation and communication with your spirit team, it's going to free you even more to go and do and say what it is that you need to say. It's also going to give you, if you're still feeling in that energy of, feeling like you're stuck or feeling like you're in some sort of void or kind of like a rut, not necessarily in a bad space, but you're just feeling like, again, what's next? What are we doing next? Whatever information that their spirit team wants to give you as you're in your hermit mode and as you're in your Four of Swords energy of healing, the key is going to be within their information. And that's a guarantee. But again, I'm telling you guys that, nobody else knows this information but your spirit team, because whatever was going on concerning you, concerning this situation, was very much hidden. It was hidden. But I want you to also be aware that the Seven of Swords fell underneath the Sun card. So I'm telling you, whatever it is, it can no longer stay hidden. This is a time of exposure. This is a time of light shining, right? This is a time where the good people get to step into the forefront and really, really, their voices are heard. All of the corruption, no matter what arena, like I told y'all, like this is We bring it down to scale for our individual situations, but this is very much reflective of the bigger picture as well. Whatever is going on in the economy, in the society, whatever, is getting to that space to where it's like this corruption and this energy that comes with the corruption. It gotta go. It has to go, and it has to be exposed. Look, with the Six of Materials here, the Six of Pentacles, there's balance that is being brought to this situation for everybody. And like I told you on the last reading, nobody has to tell you, you know, what side of justice you're going to be on. Look at your decisions for the past 10 years. Look at the decisions that you've made and take a really, really good evaluation to understand where it is that you're going to be on this side of the Six of Pentacles. Where you're going to be when these scales that are on this justice card are balanced. Where are you going to be? And this is not going to be about who you know. It's no longer going to be about, you know, this whole political feel of things. Like, well, I can get away with it as long as this person is protecting me or that person is protecting me. Absolutely not. You're not going to be able to get away with it. And anybody that was trying to protect you in your foolishness, they going down too. So this is why, you know, Spirit is really asking you at this time, because there is this whole balancing of scales and everything. Things are going to have to, it's going to be a lot of uprooting. That's all I can say. And it's kind of like, for some people, there's going to be like this whole tower moment of storms and, you know, just bad things happening, one thing after the other, because they have chosen their side of justice, which was the dark side. And then for some of y'all, there's going to be this whole whirlwind of just goodness, new beginnings coming in. And it's still going to take you a minute, again, to get used to your footing with all of these pages here, right? It's almost like you're having to, you know, relearn a lot of things because you're going into a new world and a new space, right? And so the old rules do not apply to this. The only thing that you're really going to be able to stay solid in, that's going to continue to go with you no matter what phase of life you're in, is this King and Queen of Cups energy. Emotional stability, right? Because that's what we've learned. We've learned how to maintain peace in the middle of whatever was going on. Even if you felt like it was good, bad, ugly, pretty, whatever. You had to understand that being in the midst of all of these unstable energies, right? You could not allow that to keep you in this Eight of Swords energy of feeling in prison or feeling like you can't go nowhere. You don't know what to do with yourself. Those days are over. So whatever this sense of peace and balance that you know you are establishing as you're by yourself at this time and in your healing energy, that's going to travel into you with all of these new beginnings. But understand that when it starts happening, and it's happening now, it's not going to stop. So again, be real with yourself about what side of this justice you're going to be on at this time. Because ready or not, it's happening. Ready or not, balance is coming to the world. This Four of Emotions here. Why is this Four of Emotions here? It's Four of Cups energy. Something that you're not seeing. The Fool card. There's a leap of faith that needs to be taken. With the Ten of Emotions here. My Ten of Cups energy. Hold on, y'all. Give me some more clarity on that. Six of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely movement is needed, is what I hear. Movement is needed. And you're being asked not to allow the fear of change to paralyze you at this time, okay? And again, like I told you guys, even if you don't know what direction you're going in, even if you don't know what's next for you, what it's going to look like, you're definitely still being asked to trust your spirit team to guide you. And this is why it is so important, circling back to the whole, you know, point of this video, and why your spirit team wants you to know that you are not alone, because some of you guys may be, you know, trying to figure out with this Four of Cups and the Fool energy here. You're feeling as though you're stuck because you can't figure out within your own logic what to do next. And I'm telling you again that the key to you knowing how to take this leap of faith, where to move, what to do, is going to be with you. It lies within you speaking to your spirit team. They have the answers. And even with this six of swords energy here, again, that is the card that talks about, divine movement, right? Moving through to calmer waters. Even in this deck, the illustration is a little bit different in this second deck that I've pulled up, but the other deck with my Modern Witch Tarot, that's the card I always show you guys, where you're sitting in the boat, you're surrounded by these swords, but spirit is guiding the boat. You're not driving the boat. Somebody is behind you guiding the boat. So again, even if you look at this one, this may be you here, trying to figure out, should I move? Should I go? What should I do? And spirit is literally sending you energy, trying to guide you, show you the lines and show you the way. But how can you know if you're not communicating with your spiritual team? If you need help on how to do that, you need to hit me up. You need to talk to me. Because at this point, it's like it's not optional for you anymore. Eight of Cups, another card that talks about moving away from past hurts, moving away from past situations. And we talked about a while ago, and this was probably 2 to 3 weeks ago now. But we talked about, being in that position of really, really fully allowing yourself to detach from whoever spirit is trying to, block you from at this time. That's why I say there is this sense of, there's still some healing that is needed. Yes, you have learned a lot. You have learned a lot about what to do, what not to do when it comes down to emotional, situations, emotionally charged situations, how to handle that. But as well, there is still this sense of, letting go. Embracing, the fact that these people or this situation or whatever it is for you, has ended for you. Don't keep trying to resuscitate things that are already dead, or situations that are already dead. Relationships that are already dead. Because the thing about it is, number one, you can't. You cannot do it. And you're only going to wear yourself out, in the mind, in your energy, in your spirituality. You're going to weaken yourself by constantly giving your energy to, a place that is no longer for you to give it to. You're literally walking away from the 8 of emotions or the 8 of cups, and you're walking into the 10 of cups. Okay. So understand that you may not know what this space in between is going to look like, right? You may not know how this is going to bridge over, how you're going to get from that 8 to that 10. But you have to trust the universe, trust your spirit guides at this time. Because they are, I'm telling you, step by step, they're going to give you direction on where to go and what to do and how to handle whatever comes of this situation. Look, with the Death and Rebirth card, I'm telling y'all, it's... I can't make it up, I gave y'all the whole analysis on the death and rebirth, the universe, day and night, flowers dying, seasons changing. It's very clear that there are obvious changes that have happened in your life that you have to just embrace at this time. With this 5 of Wands here, again, these were things and situations. And Spirit is saying too, that especially if you are an emotional being, right? You are a very, very forgiving heart. You are a very forgiving person. Sometimes you'll get into this 4 of emotions energy of, you'll start second guessing yourself and second guessing decisions that you were led to make. Right. And notice how I said that. I didn't say decisions that you just made, decisions that you were led to make. Right. Because, and here's why I say that, because whatever this is that, you had to walk away from, like I told you, number one, these were people that were close to you or situations that were close to you with that hometown energy. This was something that you cared about at one point in time, something that was familiar to you, right? So a lot of times what will happen is, even though you may, understand that whatever is going on is so wrong or dirty or it's harming you so much to where you have to make this change. You have to go into this death and rebirth energy. You're not always willing to do it. And especially if you already had certain plans or thoughts going on as far as how this was supposed to look with this person, or how this was supposed to, go down with this situation, or how you were supposed to elevate within this, this space. And it wasn't the case. And so it was like, okay, I know that now I got to move on. I got to do something different. But then you have these spaces and these times of, wanting to regret your decision. But Spirit is wanting to let you know that you remember the 5 of inspiration, the 5 of wands energy. These people were working against you. So you did not walk away from anything or anybody that was beneficial to you in any sort of way, or been at least not beneficial to you in the spaces you're headed to. Now, maybe in that atmosphere, the energy that you guys were in together before, some of those things could have flew and got by, but not where you're going, my love. So it's okay. Like I told you guys the last time, it's okay to mourn what it is that you have lost. It is okay to mourn this death, right? Because again, nobody can tell you if somebody dies close to you physically or passes on, transitions. Nobody can, tell you not to mourn, not to cry. It's not a natural thing. You're going to release something behind that. But you keep moving forward, my love. You keep moving forward. And don't invite the energy of confusion into your life by doubting, again, what it is that you were led to do. Because, again, if you are one of those people, you're not necessarily familiar with the idea of speaking directly with your ancestors or what that communication looks like. I want you to know that these people have been leading you and guiding you, whether you know it or not, even when you didn't know that it was them. Again, with the 6 of Swords energy. So it may not be as easy every day to tap back into that same strength and energy that you were in when you knew within your heart of hearts, like, okay, something got to give. I got to go. This ain't going to work. I got to move forward. Your ancestors like, keep that same energy, baby. Don't allow the mourning to ever cause you to, regret something that you were led to do. And it's that simple. It's that simple. Look, 20, the awakening card. This is our judgment card in the traditional deck. And again, you had to walk away from certain situations because there was judgment being called. There was a true understanding that something was not right. Some things, a couple things were not right. And you're also being called to switch your judgment, right? With awakening, to see this change within your life, this death process. See this as an awakening for you. Again, this is another duality, death and awakening. That's death and rebirth. Same thing. I'm telling you guys, there is no, cause for change that does not shift something that is needed within your life, or something especially that's not going to work for your benefit. It has to work for your benefit if you're being asked to switch it up, change, release, embrace something new. And then some of you guys as well, I get this is the energy of you needing to awaken to the understanding of, what it means to truly communicate with your spiritual team. Some of you guys, they're saying, you're quick to say, like something told me, or like there was a little voice inside of me that told me, but they're wanting you to know that that's them. That is them. They want you to awaken to the fact that that is them leading you and guiding you. And understand that these beings are, definitely related to and connected with the most high powers. So nothing that they're guiding you to do, nothing that they're saying to you is going to, stray you away from the true will of God and the most high powers. But you have to understand that they are, just as clearly as You understand, however you understand God to speak to you, right? The Most High, however you relate to it, whatever you label it, call it. Most of the time, we always have this surefire way that we know that, oh man, God is speaking to me. God told me to do this. God is this. So whatever that sense of surety is for you, when it comes down to that, these people come with that same energy. Not trying to be God or play God in your life, but they work with God to help you. To help you get to, where you need to be. And even in showing appreciation to your ancestors, it's not necessarily that you are worshiping them or praising them, or giving them any sort of due that is normally directed, to God. But you always give thanks to these people for doing what they do. If somebody gives you a gift in this physical realm, most of the time, the first thing you're going to say is, oh, thank you. I appreciate you for doing this for me. Does not mean that you worship that person as your God or you see them as God. No, you see them as a person who was used by God to bless you. So the same thing goes for your ancestors, y'all. Don't let that shit creep you out. And don't let any sort of religious thoughts or beliefs, keep you blindsided and asleep to the fact that this is a thing. These people have always been here. These people are more close to you, the way you act, the things that you believe in, than anybody. Because it's your literal bloodline. It was your bloodline at some point. And a lot of the things that, like I told you, that we're facing in this lifetime, we didn't bring these things up on us. These ancestors did with whatever they were involved with years and years and years and eons back, lifetimes back. So, of course, they're going to have some very, very vital information and keys to give you to help you to understand how to maneuver through where you are now. But you have to trust that. You have to trust that. With the moon card here, telling you guys there's some secrets that want to come out. There's some information that wants to come out that they want to reveal to you. The Two of Materials in reverse. Why we have this Two of Pentacles in reverse here? The Ace of Wands. Need one more card. I definitely get the feeling that some of you guys are resisting this communication as well. Yep, with the Sun card. Again, confirming what I just said. So if some of you guys, you are getting communication from these ancestors and you know that it's them. But again, whatever it is that you are, wanting to believe in, whatever beliefs you're holding on to, it keeps having you in the position of wanting to reject that it is them or deny that you're hearing, communication from these people. And don't do that, my love. Strength card. Don't do that. Because good things are tied to you having that relationship with your ancestors. And even to whatever power and answers that are needed for you to defeat whatever these curses are, this secret energy that is tied to your lineage and to your bloodline and to your specific situation, you're going to, understand how, powerful you are through these ancestors. They're going to give you more secrets about yourself and who you are, the powers that you hold, and how it is that you can use those powers to overcome these curses, these situations. As well, if you have anybody that was around you that was doing spell work, these ancestors are going to give you information on how to protect yourself from that. Yep, and as soon as I said spell work, 10 of Wands came out. Absolutely. They're trying to give you information on how to tap, to really tap in and to protect yourself from that. That was definitely one of the biggest things that I personally had to learn. We got the Ace of Cups here again. But yeah, it's definitely time, like in your time of healing, hermit mode, being by yourself, you're gaining strength. You're gaining the strength and the information that is needed to move forward. So don't resist that, y'all. Like I just, I don't. I know that some thoughts can be so deeply engraved in your mind to where it's just like, okay, I can't think anything beyond this. And sometimes you'll deny things and situations and people that feel so right to you simply because of what somebody else has told you to believe or taught you to believe, or you holding on to a truth that does not suit you or belong to you. A part of your healing is reevaluating what it is that you believe in as well. That's a big part of your healing, actually. Because again, it all starts in the mind. It starts in, logically what it is that you believe in. Just like the brain tells the body to function, I tell myself to move my fingers, wiggle my fingers. It starts in my mind first, and then we send those electrical synapses out to make it happen. Same thing goes for you in your magician energy. You got to be solid in your mind and what it is that you believe in. Solid in it and what it is that you communicate and you say, what you speak. And you're definitely, being challenged to, readjust your belief system, because whatever it is that you're believing right now is definitely limiting you. It's limiting this amount of strength that you can have. It's limiting you to certain pieces of information that spirit wants to bring into you concerning your situation. It's also limiting you from making the necessary changes that are needed. And honestly, let me rephrase that. It's not limiting you from making those changes. It's limiting you from accepting those changes. Because the thing about it is, the changes are going to happen either way it goes. But you're going to have to, again, make it easier on yourself by not resisting whatever this is that's coming in for you. So don't allow any belief to tell you that, ancestral communication with your spirit team, your spirit guides are not a real thing. It is. And if you're in hermit mode right now, like the prominent message that they have been communicating through this reading is that you are not alone. Yes, you may be asked to be, alone in this physical realm because you need that silence around you in order to hear the right communication. But understand that even when you are in a physical room alone by yourself, you are surrounded by loving entities. Unless you are just a person that literally channels and calls in darkness, like you work for the dark. Honey, no, you are surrounded by ancestors and spirit guides that love you, every ounce of you, every inch of you. And they are literally, like I told you, they are assigned to you. So they want to lead you. They want to guide you. They want you to listen to them because they want to, give you those keys to unlock your inner wisdom. So don't get, blinded by this facade of being in hermit mode or being by yourself means that you are just completely alone and, allowing that to send you into this four of emotions depressive state. Absolutely not. Because if you really just listen in your solitude, you're going to understand that you are not alone. And there is a lot of fulfilling information that is literally trying to come into you at this time to help you build your strength. Right? Because we're going from the Four of Swords, being isolated, healing, taking this time to rest, to coming into this space of being in this strength energy to move forward. It's trying to pop out the Empress card. You're definitely moving into this energy. And you see that this is the Empress. She is connected to all that is within this atmosphere, this galaxy here. And she understands that this energy is within her. So some of you guys, they're saying that you don't even understand your full potential yet because you will not communicate with your spirit team so that they can help you activate these gifts within yourself. You're literally feeling as though you're stuck in this void of like, okay, I had enough strength to walk away from, what used to be, but I have no idea of what to do next. But all of the information is literally right in front of you. But you just have to literally be in that space of being willing to embrace and communicate with your spirit team. And believe what they're telling you. Okay, thank you. This is why you're being asked to really, really challenge the things that you have truly like believed in wholeheartedly up until now. Because I definitely get the sense of whatever this energy that you were around, that you were, you know, moved away from, the energy they wanted to keep you in prison, they absolutely wanted to keep you blinded to who you were as well. Some of these people, they knew who you were. I told y'all this before. They knew who you were. Some of these people been getting readings on you since you were born. They've literally been, you know, getting prophecies and readings on you since you were born. And they knew who you were all along. And they knew as well that you had the power to be this magician, this well-balanced, you know, person of power who could call in whatever it is that you desired and that you wanted, that you were going to have this sense of success within your life. And it scared them. So from there, they began to plant these seeds of fear within you. And so this is why I say to you that a lot of you, whatever it is that you're holding on to, thoughts about yourself, thoughts about what you can and cannot do, where you can and cannot go, what you can and cannot be, those thoughts are not yours, my love. These were things that were implanted in you by the fears of others. And they were meant to absolutely, again, keep you blindfolded to this truth. Right? With the moon card here, 7 of Swords. Big emphasis on the spirit team wants you to know the truth. And yes, it may be truths about certain situations and, you know, physical, tangible things, but it's also the truth about who you are, my love. This is not a normal sight. You don't expect somebody to open their robe up and you see the whole galaxy. You get what I'm saying? So this lets me know. And again, you're on my channel. You're watching this video. You already are a starseed. We know that. But every starseed definitely has to be activated. But activation does not happen when you are in this place of continual self-doubt or stagnancy, or feeling as though you can't do something new or different. So everything about what's happening to you now or happening around you now is bringing you into this sense of awakening of who you are, and even understanding that who you are has to do with who you came from. So if you don't know them, if you don't know the ancestors, you don't really know who you are. And this is why that communication is important for you. It doesn't matter what religion that you have committed yourself to at this time and what they are telling you to believe in or not to believe in. No, my love. This communication has everything to do with who you are. That religion is a third party situation that is connected to God. Yes, absolutely. But it is full of opinionated, mandated rules by another person and their interpretation of God. But unless you know who God is for you, unless you know who you are, so that you can actually serve and stand in this capacity within your religion, what are you really doing? So this is why you have to communicate. And to be honest, any religion that is openly speaking against you, communicating with your ancestors and things like that's probably something you don't want to be a part of, my love. I'm just going to be real with you. I'm just going to be real with you. Yep, with the priestess here, because that's the one thing about, you know, that gets a little tricky about religion for me. When we talking about who are you really serving, a man, or are you serving God for real? Because with the high priestess card coming out here, this is the card of intuition. This is a person who can clearly communicate directly with God. There is no third party needed. And a lot of religions are built on the backs of people who do not know that they are this energy. They're literally built off of people who feel as though they need this church or this pastor or this whatever to be able to intercede for them or pray for them or, you know, tell them how to live their lives. And it's like, no. If your religion is not highlighting that you have the power to speak to God for yourself, that you to use your godly intuition and discernment to make decisions and to handle people in a very moral way, baby, that religion is a part of this 7 of Swords. It's a part of what's working against you. So don't ever follow any ideology. Do not commit to anything that will keep you from using your complete intuition, your complete discernment, that will keep you from using or believing that you have this inner strength within yourself. That you have, this empress energy, this energy of the entire galaxy, being a multi-dimensional being. And especially don't ever be connected to any religion that keeps you in this space of feeling as though you're not worthy. Because that is dead. That's over with. This whole, oh my God, I'm so unworthy of your love. What would I ever do without you? I'm just a wretch undone and da da da. Pull it together. Step into your power. God is tired of hearing that. Because it's the complete denial of the gifts that have been given to us by God. That's literally you saying, like, God, I don't want to be what you call me to be. Make it make sense. So I don't even know how this just, went down this lane. Obviously, that needed to be said, but it's just like at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, any part of the day, honey. You have to be able to communicate with your spirit guides and your ancestors. And it's like they're waiting on you. They're waiting on you to talk to them. With this 3 of Wands and this Ace of Voices here, right? Ace of Voices. Now we have every ace on the board. We have the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and now we have the Ace of Swords. So when I tell you there is communication, there is new information. There are keys and blueprints and maps for this new road that you are about to take that are available to you. But the only way you can access it is through communication with your folks. And when I say your folks, I mean your spirit team, not your folks, right? Because you are in hermit mode right now. That's very clear. I told you guys the first message out before I started shuffling was you are not alone. And then the hermit card came out and I told you guys, you may be called into physical solitude to heal and balance and learn and listen. But being called out of the company of the physical is to be called into the company of the ethereal. Because there's a lot of messages that are waiting for you. They're waiting on you to communicate, to trust them. Two of Voices with the Devil card here. What's that about? Thank you. The Lovers. Yeah, I really do believe that some of you guys are, being called to step away from certain relationships as well. That's been a reoccurring theme for sure. And it seems as though whoever it is that you're in this relationship with, whatever energy, with the Tower card, whatever energy it is that they are connected to is a part of, what is trying to block you, right? I told you guys, don't ever be confused by the spacesuit of a person or the title of a person. We call this person this, or this is mine. But understand that if that person is not in this same energy in which you are, they're not in this same vibration of moving forward, healing, overcoming, walking into new beginnings. Or like I told you guys, when we talked about this Justice card, with justice, and the Judgment is here as well with that Awakening card, there's this sense of a judgment day that is happening. And there's a heavy evaluation on what's been going on for the past 10 years or more of your life. And understand that some of these people are not going to be on the good side of justice. You may be, but they're not going to be. But the thing is, they're still trying to stay connected to you. And Spirit is letting you know that these Tower moments are about to start coming in for these people who are on the wrong side of justice. And you don't need to be attached to that. That was my whole emphasis on the 8 of Cups when that came out. You walking away. 6 of Swords, allowing Spirit to guide you away into calmer waters. Because I'm telling you, there again, oh my God, I cannot emphasize this enough. Ready or not, these things are happening. And the worst place you want to find yourself is caught up in this void in the middle of everything. So some of you guys really have to embrace, even if this is not necessarily a loving relationship or an intimate relationship that you're connected to. It's just some relationship that you're really, really close to, you're attached to. Could be family, could be work, could be friends. But there is some sense of devotion here, and it seems as though you are having trouble detaching from it. But I'm telling you, whatever these people are attached to is the devil energy. It's not positive energy. And because of that, tower moments are happening for them. So if you don't make the decision to move forward, if you don't take the time to really talk to your spirit team and figure out what it is that you need to do in order to completely detach and move forward and embrace this change, you're going to be caught up in these tower moments with these people. And it's not even necessary, like, for you to be in that. Especially if you've done your due diligence as far as your justice and making the right decisions. And again, I see that you have, with all these cards that came out with about your new beginnings, you got every new beginnings in every area of life, literally. If every ace is on the board, that means you have new beginnings all around. And it's just not necessary with this two of voices here. This is a choice, right? You have a choice to either embrace this or to continue dealing with this same energy that you've already been asked to be, detached from and you've been led away from. So you always got free will. You always have, the power to make your decision with this two of voices here. But as one of your spirit guides, honey, I get on this motherfucker to tell you, keep it moving, honey. Do what you got to do to keep it moving. And that, again, nothing that I say to you guys comes from a person that has not done it themselves. I've walked away several times from anything that did not align with the vibration and the energy in which I was operating in which I knew that I wanted my life to reflect. And why do I say to you, it's okay for you to mourn? Because I mourned. I mourned having to walk away from these people and situations. But not once did I question, go back. Not once did I have this sense of regret for making this decision, because, and even when I wanted to, right, I would quickly remind myself, baby, you were listening to God when you made that decision. So understand that same energy that you felt when you found the strength to get up and walk away, that's the same energy you need to keep right now in remembering why it is you walked away. And because of my choices, because of, me deciding to move forward, because of me allowing and tapping in with the universe and allowing the universe to guide me, my ancestors to guide me, I know what side of justice I'm on. And anybody who on the other side, much love to you, baby. I ain't got nothing to do with that, though. Like, I can't help you. I literally cannot. I can't do anything for you. I can't even answer the phone for you. Because me and my spirit team, my ancestors, we got a clear understanding of what this is about. And where I need to be. And where I don't need to be. And everything that they have given me, everything that they have shown me, every key that they've provided me with, everything that they have helped me unlock within myself, it helped me lock more and more into that energy of being okay. And being able to now get back into that magician energy of manifesting what it is that I do desire. Even if I don't see it, even if it don't look like it's nowhere in sight, having the power to sit down and write. Like I've had things dated back to 2018 that I have written down. And now I'm in that stage of life where I'm literally, I'll literally go through my notebooks and just take a pen and I'll just go through and I'll check and be like, ooh, this came to fruition. Ooh, this came to fruition. But at the time when I was manifesting these things, I couldn't see them. I could not physically touch them. I couldn't even tell you how I was going to get it. But nothing deterred my energy from being this magician, from speaking what it is that I desire. Nothing deterred me from, those visions that God gave me as far as what I could have or what was meant for me. So I locked into that and I did not go back. Even when people, because of course, when we talk about these were people that you were close to and connected to, especially if they were connected to this devil energy, this is a telltale sign of a manipulative energy. This is a manipulative energy. So whatever this person was saying, doing, whatever magic they were working, black magic, whatever, of course, it was something that was meant to trigger you to come back. They just kept picking fights, doing this. So some of you guys, you get caught up in this hole, but I just got to respond or I just got to say something. If you don't get somewhere and sit down, let these people be miserable by themselves. And trust me when I tell you, there's going to come in time in life where you understand that you are so above them and the energy that they are in, that it's like, okay, baby, you can't even afford to talk to me. Be quiet. And I got it bad, y'all. Like, if I don't want to talk to you, I'm not going to talk to you. Physically, like I could be out somewhere and somebody will be like, excuse me, I'd be like, no, thank you. I don't mean to impose, but I don't want to be imposed upon. And if you keep talking beyond that, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to drive off because I already told you, you don't have permission to talk to me. And not that it's necessarily about a hierarchy or a rank, but honey, when you're really operating in your true discerning power, you understand when certain people coming with vibrations that just ain't no good. Even if they approach you with a smiling face or whatever, or try to say, I come in peace. No, they don't. They don't. And even if they do, and you just ain't there with it, and you said what you said, that is what it is. But stop going back to these situations after you said that you're done with it, because that does nothing but show your sense of weakness. And so again, we have the strength card on the board, because whatever information that you need to know is what's going to put you in this place of being strong enough to stand your ground, stand 10 toes behind everything that you've ever said in your life. Because if you don't, like I told you, you're going to get caught in that vortex of nothingness, and you're just going to be pulled all over the place by all of these unsure energies, these uncertain energies, these unstable energies. And when you're there, you can never move forward to what's actually meant for you. So please, find yourself on the right side of justice in this season. On the right side of justice and judgment. And don't find yourself subjecting to these tower moments and this energy that does not belong to you because you're trying to hold on to something that you've been asked to let go of. Because I'm telling you, these people, these situations, they are coming down. And they're coming down hard. With the Page of Swords here, now we got every page on the board. I'm trying to tell y'all, don't play with spirit. Spirit is like everything new over here, baby. We ain't doing none of that old energy. You got every ace on the board. You got every page on the board. And which I told you in this reading, these pages represent you. They represent you. Even though you are a king and queen energy, you have rank in the spirit realm. You have rank because of what it is that you have overcome. But understand that in this new world, new territory, you're being taught new things. You're being, introduced to new places and new gifts that are within you that are going to be relevant now in this new space. So you are like a page all over again. But like I told you, this is representative. When you have all of them on the board, you have air represented, you have fire, you have earth, you have water. There is a complete change for you and a complete upgrade in every area of life. And Spirit said all or nothing. That was very clear. All or nothing. Because if you think you're going to be able to walk into some new things and have this sense of newness or take these opportunities and still be holding on to these old energies or these past people, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is why you have this Two of Voices here, the Two of Swords card, which is a card of decision. And then you also had the Two of Pentacles, which is also the card of decision. And when the Two of Pentacles came out, it came out in reverse because Spirit was saying that you're not choosing to, let go, to move on. So please, y'all, do not self-sabotage in this time and in this season. You have already overcome so much. And it's not just for you to get and be where you are now. No, there's so much more. There's so much more. I told you guys there is no death without a rebirth. So if things died off in your life, if things changed, look, the Justice card coming out again with the Nine of Pentacles. There's so much more. Like, and it's your justice. Like, it's your due diligence to have this. That's what I don't think y'all are understanding. Yes, it's a choice for you to choose to embrace it and take it. But it don't make sense to, sit here and literally energetically deny things that are meant for you, that you have worked for, that you have earned. It don't make sense to reject good karma for the sake of holding on to who? To what? I'm sure whatever it is, it don't even touch what's coming in for you. But do not, again, you are this magician. Do not communicate to the universe and to your ancestors that you don't want this by constantly holding on and trying to going back and forth and regretting and still playing, still answering the phone and still. No. I can't emphasize it enough. No. Absolutely not. Because I'm telling you, on the other side of this healing, you're going to realize so quickly just how valuable you are and how these people do not deserve this energy from you. And really the only reason, again, like I said, you're struggling right now is because there's something within yourself that you're holding on to that you don't want to let go of as far as the belief concerning yourself and what you're worthy of. Or you really just have not taken the time to brush up on your sense of self-worth and self-appreciation. You need to write a gratitude list to yourself for all of the things that you have overcome. Be vocal about that. Remind yourself. Celebrate yourself. That's also been a theme of the past readings. This is a time for celebration. For those who are on the right side of justice, which is you, my love. If you choose to be. If you choose to accept that. But do not self-sabotage at this time by allowing these other energies to come in and contaminate this pure energy that is within your life and the pure energy of who you truly are. Why is this Knight of Emotions and the Queen of Materials here? Knight of Emotion and Queen of Materials. There go the Two of Pentacles again. Decisions. Temperance. Balance. I'm telling you guys, like, your spirit team is saying you got to choose this. You have to choose this. You have to choose this. And every ounce of energy has to go behind your choice. Like I said, there is no spare room to still be toying around with the devil or these energies that are connected to the devil energy. Ain't no space for that at this time. You are very, very wealthy and abundant in who you are with this Queen of Materials here. This Temperance shows me that if you are not already in this super balanced energy within yourself, you have the potential to be, to see this all around balance within yourself. and this stability within yourself. But you got to choose. You have to make a choice. And that is what your spirit team is here to, why they're saying you're not alone. Talk to us, confer with us, because we can help you make these decisions. Nobody can communicate with you and show you different aspects of things like your ancestors can. Because the thing about it is, they know about like your inner desires as well, right? They know about things that you may have never communicated or talked to other people about. They know what really, really, speaks to you. And when you open up yourself to say that, okay, I'm open to this communication with my spirit team, with my spirit guides, with my ancestors, that's when you're going to start to see these little messages and nuances everywhere. These signals that are going to help you to continue to make the right choice in every day and every moment and every minute of the day. And when I say right, again, we're not talking about right versus wrong. What's right for you and where you're going. Because that's the only set of rules and the only world that you can really worry about for real. Yes, you exist in this greater realm and plane of, of things, but your individual journey is your focus. That is your world. And you have to be a confident decision maker within your world, is what I hear. You have to decide as though you're in charge. You have to understand that this ain't no longer about you just, I'm just going to be in the wind. Yes, you go with the flow of life and where you're being guided. But when it comes down to your belief system, baby, you got some work to do. I'm telling you, like, that's a very clear message. You really have some work to do. And not necessarily like it's just, oh my God, it's going to be hard. What do you mean? No. You need to challenge some of the things that you have believed in all your life. Some things you really don't even know why you believe it. It's just something that you just knew all your life. Grandmama and them did it. Granddad and them did it. But why are you doing it? Why are you believing in it? Is it helping you do better, be better? Or is it, if we're real about it, is it blocking you from doing better and being better? Some of y'all are more loyal to a tradition than you are to God. And that's just not okay. And that's why you're feeling this sense of turmoil within you. With the star card here. What's this star card? Yes, the star card also represents a person who is very, very intellectual when it comes down to communicating with the ethereals. This is a person that's very, very connected. And like I told you as well, for some of you guys, this is just your energy of being this star seed, and you just don't know it yet. You haven't activated it yet because you haven't had that sense of communication. We got the 5 of emotions and the 10 of voices in reverse. Why is it? Yeah. With the 8 of wands. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, when you decide to embrace and really tap in and communicate, it's not going to take you as long as you think, right? Some of you guys are just really, really resisting that move forward because it was like, okay, the last time I, went through this change, it was like, oh my God, it seemed like I was going through this forever and da-da-da, but that's not the case now. Everything now is very swift movement with the 8 of inspirations here. Everything is very swift movement. Even when I keep putting emphasis on this justice and this judgment coming in, swift movement. So if you don't clearly decide and say what you about to do, what you finna choose, and what where we at with it, standing behind it, you're gonna be quickly swept away, love. But just as quickly as you decide, as quickly as you decide that you want to embrace these changes and embrace who you are and really tap in, that's the quicker that these energies of the 5 of emotions and the 10 of voices is going to go away from you, which is the energy that talks about being, in mourning or in this depressive state. Okay. Is there anything else that wants to come out? Let's get some final messages here. Queen of Wands. Two of Wands. Yep. Spirit wants you to know that you have the power to decide. There's that Two of Wands again. And look, something about the power of choice. You see this queen, we talked about the Queen and King of Cups, right? They're holding cups, but this queen is sitting here with her wand in hand as well with this Two of Wands. This is the card that talks about travel and movement as well, but it also talks about making decisions and being firm on a decision. You do not see this person or this character sitting here holding on to both of the wands. She's chosen one. And now we see this queen sitting here on her throne with one. Even with this Page of Wands, let's see if I can find it because we got a lot of cards here. She's holding one. Meaning, again, you got to make a choice, my love, and you got to stick beside that and choose what is your truth. With the Queen of Swords here, choose what works for you. The Chariot card, make the choice as quickly as you need to. And the quicker that you make the choices, the quicker you're going to see these things and these changes start to become your reality. You'll start to see your desires become your reality. Okay? Look, with the King of Swords. Now we got the King and the Queen of Swords, King and Queen of Emotions. I'm telling y'all, like, there's so much duality and balance that is here in this situation for you. But you got to communicate. You got to communicate with your spirit team. And understand that you are not being called to be alone at this time for no reason at all. You're being called to speak to them. Each and every time, I'm telling y'all, I'll have my phases when I'm going through an ascension, a spiritual upgrade, when I'm in a time of, fasting and just seeking for certain information and answers within myself. When I'm in the time of healing, I'm completely antisocial. I don't got a lot of people around me anyway because I'm very particular about my energy. And everybody who is here is supposed to be here. But they even know because they're in their spiritual bags as well. So they have a complete understanding. But even for those people who don't necessarily, they still respect it and know that when I got to go sit down, I'm going to do that. I'm not out here worried about, the people around me, my community, because the thing about having a solid community, and especially one that really, really vibrates and resonates on your frequency, you don't have to always be around. You don't always have to be in the mix with them. There's this understood bond and connection and communication. So if some of y'all are worried, like, oh my God, like I'm losing all my friends or I'm having to go by myself, people gonna think this is, do what you got to do for you. And don't spend this time of being physically alone. Don't waste it. That's what I want to say. Don't waste this time. Focus on what you need to focus on. And obviously from this reading, it is communication with your spirit team. That's what you really need to tap into at this time. And that is the true purpose of, you being called to be alone. Not that things are going wrong. Not that, there's some issue with your friends or the people around you. Nothing. It could be, but you won't find out until you really tap in your alone time. Alone time. But you're not alone, okay? So, I think that is all. Let me shuffle one more time just to make sure. Is there any other messages to close out this reading? Anything that needs to come through to close out the reading? 10 of Cups. Yep. It's going to be a happy ending, man. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It is absolutely guaranteed. And it's coming in again quickly for you with the Knight of Wands. It's moving to calmer waters, clearer air, loving situations, loving connections and relationships. Okay. It's getting there quickly. Anything else from this deck? All right, I think that's all. All right, y'all. So hopefully this reading helped you. And again, as the person that you have chosen to listen to today, at whatever time you're viewing this, I am a person that is going to be an advocate for you doing what you need to do for yourself. And that is, really, really reevaluating your thoughts, what it is that you believe, what it is that you are devoted to, what rules and regulations in life you are truly devoted to. And to change what needs to be changed. Allow change to happen. Speak to your spirit team. Talk with your ancestors. Like I said, if you need any assistance and help on how to do that, how to start with that, hit me up. Hit me up. You can book an ancestral reading to get direct messages from your ancestors along with learning how to communicate with them for yourself. But, there's no excuse. There's so much information out here that can, guide you and show you the way. But you really do have to open up your mind to it. And I feel like that is the true root for the majority of, you guys that, for whatever reason, it's just hard to believe. It's hard to accept. It's hard to walk in this. But it's your key to what's next, baby. Okay? So, again, I hope this helped you in some sort of way. Thank you for allowing me to read for you today. And I'm going to go ahead and officially close out this energy. Again, you are safe to receive these messages and make them your truth in your life. Nothing will hurt or harm you as you receive these messages and as you receive this growth. And you are safe to grow in love and in peace. You are covered. Okay? I love y'all very, very much. And I will see you again soon. Peace, guys.